So maybe it's, let's see. Oh my. Well, we got highlights for the video. Let's see what we got here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Syndicate Lined Pockets deck that I put together. This one was a request, and if you want your request to be featured in an upcoming video, any super chat of $5 or more or a membership on YouTube of $5 or more can get you featured in one of my upcoming videos. Now, the idea of this deck is to gain coins, spend them, and when we spend down to 0, we're rewarded for that, and we'll get to that, but just keep that one in mind. Now, it can sometimes be difficult to get a lot of value from the deck if you're playing sloppy. So if you want some sloppy gameplay, refer to my last stream. But today we've tightened up, we focused, and we're doing it properly. Now, we want to make sure that we're not over profiting or underspending on certain turns. And we got to pay attention to the leader passive as well. So with this one here, the leader passive is whenever you play a crime card, gain 1 coin. So whenever I have something that says profit, for example, eavesdrop, you're looking at the 5, but you're thinking of the 6. Keep that in mind. Open sesame, same thing applies. Dip in the Pontar, it's going to be profit 4, and you get the message. So look at how many coins you have before you start using your crime cards, and especially before you use things like Conjurer's Candle or Vivaldi Bank that are also profiting. Keep in mind that the profits on these 2 cards do not round up. They stay at 4 because they're not crime cards, right? They don't have a tag. So that's something just wanted to point out, make it clear. I have Cleaver, which is a really good proactive play and a lot of points. It has Intimidate, and we could spawn and play Shakedown off of it, which is going to be profit 4, which allows us to click it once and then boost an ally by 3, so we could put it on this to keep it alive. It starts at 1 base power, so it's very vulnerable, so you're always playing Shakedown onto this card. And keep in mind, the passive, the secondary. Increase this card's Intimidate by 1 for each adjacent Crown Splitter. So what you want to do realistically is look for Bassi, or look for the Tunnel Drill, look for the Furco, and look for the Brawler, and put one of those to the left of it before you play it, so that when you do play it, you get the actual Intimidate 2 on the first turn, and then every crime card you play going forward, you're going to be getting a +3 boost on the Cleaver. Every single time I see this card, well, not every single time, but a lot of the time that I see this card being played, I don't see it being played to maximize the value of that Intimidate. So again, I want to point it out for you because otherwise you might think that Cleaver's not very good, and I can understand why. At first, I had Horson Jr. in the deck. If you want to keep it devotion for whatever reason, you can go ahead and use Junior, and we have 9 points of removal reach and an active spender. I honestly felt like a lot of the threats that we were dealing with were above 9 power, right? They were getting TA'd, or they were getting boosted by something, or hidden behind a defender, they get their value, then what? So I decided to go and put Karathi Heatwave. It deals with artifacts, and you'll see in the gameplay today why this was so important. I like it the way it is. You can't tutor it out of the deck, you literally have to pull it, or I guess you could use Vivaldi Bank, but that feels bad. Hopefully you pull it, but we have a lot of thinning to make that possible. Casimir Bassi is a card that I don't understand is only 10 provisions. I love this card, I think he's amazing, and I'm surprised that more people aren't playing him. It's crazy. So he has Veil, so he can't be locked. Profit 3 right away, so we're getting the profit 3 from the deploy, so he's sitting at 9 plus whatever the profit trades up to, but he will spend, so technically he does come down at 9 points, assuming that we have an empty bank. Otherwise, we have to structure our bank so that we don't over profit with the +3, because he's going to drain it all, which makes him an even better tall target at 15, and then we have no coin. So careful. I would probably spend down and just use the +3 so that he plays for 9, so that if he gets removed, we have the value split up. Now, once per turn, when you reach 0 coins, spawn explosives on the row. This is a token that is unique to Syndicate. We have explosive here, feed 3 damage in any unit by 3 and destroy self. It doesn't sound good, but as patient as you can be, it becomes a much better card. So we can reduce the fee cost by 1, every single turn. It's not used until it's 0. If it's 0 and you pass on that, though, you're losing it for good. So you have to use it at 0. There might be times where you want to use it at 1 so you can play down the bank so he spawns another one. So use your discretion. Sometimes you want to actually pay for it, or if there's an immediate threat, you have the reach. But more than often, you play him early in the round, you get a long round, you get a lot of value out of that long round, and it just goes crazy. Vivaldi Bank is one of those things where we just want to be able to have a little extra profit and a little more reach in the deck. I like Vivaldi Bank because if we can thin out properly throughout the game, we get our Justice, we get our Casino Bouncers, we get our Furco, then likely what we're looking for is just that last piece of the puzzle. And we get a little bit of extra money on top. If you find that Vivaldi's not working for you, I suppose you could go and take a substitute for Royal Decree. I don't like this for a few different reasons. There's a lot of crime cards that we enjoy playing in this deck. There is Candle, which we love playing, and there is Karathi. And none of these cards can be tutored off Royal Decree. So you are basically losing a lot of utility, flexibility of the deck when you do that substitution. So I would probably keep it the way that it is right here. Nilfgaardian Justice, amazing way to thin out a card and get a lot of points on the board, and create the pocket immediately for Cleaver, assuming that we saved both of these going into round 3. I wouldn't want to spend all this in round 1 unless we absolutely had to, if it was an answer this or lose type situation and we were on red coin. But what's nice is we get the first card we play, which is a Crown Splitter. Generally, I'll try to tutor this off of Furco, so it'll go Furco into Justice into a Crown Splitter. And I have 3. Course Blacksmith is really good at defending because we might play into heavy control. I'm not going to pretend like Skellige Warriors or Pirates does not exist or Precision Strike doesn't exist. This is one of the cards that makes us have a chance. So take it seriously. We could pull that out of the deck and make our spenders like our Brawler or our Tunnel Drill or our Profit Machine like the Gallo. We can make these things actually stick around to get some value. So we set that up. Then we have a few Crown Splitters on the board. We're good to go. And it's hard to brick this because we have the ability, obviously, of 3 different things. So just make sure that if you've got like 1 or 2 of these in hand, you put one back. I think you only need 1 in hand at any given time, and just to make sure you don't brick that opportunity. Candle's great for carryover. Candle's great for flexibility. Candle's great if we need a spender for Exora. Candle's great if we need really anything. I think it's just one of those cards that you put in pretty much every Syndicate deck right now, with a couple exceptions. Okay, Zora is great. I didn't get a lot of value with her in this video, but there is some hidden value that you might see. And what I mean by that is she eats a lot of removal. So if I put her down, they use their Tall Punish or their Heat Wave or whatever the case to get rid of her as soon as possible before she starts ticking down for Vice. And I think that in its own is justified at 8 provisions. If they trade a Heat Wave, or they trade a Curse of Corruption, or they trade whatever else that costs more than 8 provisions, I'm feeling decent about that trade. So that's why she's here, because if she wasn't here, they would use that for something else and we'd be in an even worse problem. But when she sticks, it's all the better. And I have ways to make her stick. We've got Candle, we've got Coerced, we've got, again, Oxenford if we really want to boost. Candle, if I didn't say Candle, you know, lots of options. I got a second Tall Punish. This could be used for a scenario or a tall unit in one round. This could be used for another in another round. What's nice is that we can profit 6 properly. You know, just we use our leader ability to make sure we have exactly 6 coins. Use that. Maybe by using that tribute brings us down to empty bank just in time for one of the open sesames to kick back in. So I'm liking the way that it rolls out. You just got to be careful you don't go click heavy on everything else before you do the math on the Marills. Horse and Freak Show, great 2 for 2 spender. It often sees punish, again, ways to boost it. I think we just want to have something like this because we're playing a very offensive deck. Gallo, probably the best 7 provision card in the entire faction. It's debatable, actually, still. It might be Gellert. But but she's up there at top 2 in my opinion, maybe top 3. Okay, top 3 for sure. Regardless, one of the best 7 provision cards in the game, just because you're getting 3 coin per turn, which trades up on average to me as 4 points. So you're getting a 6 base power, 4 points per turn for 7 provisions if unchecked. Nuts, right? Tunnel Drill. This is a card that I often see misplayed. It's not what it used to be. You can't just spam click it like you used to. You only get 1 click per turn. It's got a cooldown 1, but you can reduce that cooldown when you play a crime. So if your turn starts and you have to remove a 6-point engine, what do? Use the order, play the crime, use the order. You can't play the crime, then use the order. You're only going to get 1 at that rate. And then you're going to lose and you're going to complain in the comments, you know? So careful. Furco, we talked about him, just a tutor. I like Kurt for the flexibility. I'm playing against a lot of golden necker decks right now, so to be able to purify Siri, playing against a lot of Shoop right now as well, to be able to purify Shoop, and if we don't need to purify something, let's say one of our things is locked, that's even a great purify right there. We always have the bounty option. Put them on melee, damage to enemy unit. Kurt falls into a class of cards that are either purifies or locks at 6 provisions across the different factions. I think that he's the best one. Because, for example, monsters, you get either Purify or Bleeding 3, which is insignificant. To be able to put a bounty on something, now we're talking serious, man. Kurt's no joke. So, I like Kurt here. He's got that flexibility. He's never going to play for just 6 points. He's always going to get value in a deck like this. I have ways that can brick. I have ways that we can miss things, and we want to be able to get the things that we have, and Eavesdrop trades up in a deck like this because of the Prophet 6, so we have her just to help out. Open Sesame, the star of the show, legitimately. Prophet 6 because of the leader, and then every time we reduce our coins to 0, a counter is removed. It's not once per turn, it's every time we do that. So if we're at the end of the game and it's got counter 4 still on it, for example, we can just use a brawler, click once on leader, spend, click once on leader, spend, and rinse and repeat until we finish that. And what happens when we finally get that counter to 0 is we get an extra 4 coin back. So we're sitting at basically 10 points of coin, which translates, in my opinion, to probably like 12 to 14 points of actual points from a card that costs 5 provision. And all the utility, flexibility, whatever you want to call it, from the card. Amazing. Casino Bouncers Insanity just means we don't have to have the coins to pay for it. So for a brokey, we can just click it and it'll damage itself by 1, summon the other one out at 5. Pretty straightforward. You try to play that early if you can. Short round 3 doesn't hurt, but you don't want to save him for that reason because we play him early to get the good stuff. So if you have a chance to do it, do it. We talked about everything else, really. Dip in the Pontar is amazing synergy with Tunnel Drill and with the Freak Show. So if you're thinking about subbing them out, I strongly advise against it, just because Profit 4, damage 3, and then shipping things down. The cards that play like this are really good. You could go Eventide Plunder in around 4 provision. I don't mind. I had it actually on stream. I subbed it out for Squirrel because of all the coups, all the compasses, all the double golden neckers, all the Vivaldi banks, or the flying Redanian boat rather. I mean, you don't see that as much, but I've been playing against a lot of cash. We've got just a lot of echoes and stuff that you don't want to see. Hengate Sword, right? So having Squirrel in there can make a huge difference. Double Shoop is another example. So deal with it, right? Just Squirrel is a really good tech here. I've got my Purify, we've got our Banish, and we've got our Banish. I'm feeling really good about that. And Oxenford Guard, again, in a matchup that allows you to boost and keep things going and go tall, this is a really good 4 for 2 spender when you get down to 0 coin. I only have the 1 in here simply because I don't want to go too tall on any specific thing unless I absolutely have to, and I have a lot of different ways to boost. In the past, I would have done, maybe 2 of these and try to go off the Eventide Plunder to get them, but now 1 feels safe because if we're not in a matchup where it plays for a ton of value, it's going to play for no value. And so to tie up our bronze end for that, it doesn't always work for me. So that's pretty much it. I spent a little bit longer on this one than I normally do explaining it, but I think it's going to be important because it's a very difficult deck to play. Okay, so we'll get into the 6 games with live commentary for reference. If you enjoy the content that you see, don't forget to sub to the channel. We just hit 15K. I'm very grateful for that, but now we got goals, man. We're pushing for 20. First up here, we have Syndicate Hidden Cache, which I think we're favored, just simply because obviously we have control and they have engines. So I have the squirrel for the boat. We've got removal for a lot of the other stuff. I think I just want to go Furco into Justice into etc. So we'll do it that way, and we'll prioritize damage instead of boosting. It's likely that we just rely on... I think we just rely on the Freak Show and we just get the Brawler as a backup from the... Let's save Bassi for later. It's way too expensive. Maybe it is just taking the opener with the Justice. I like the idea of Open Sesame, but I don't think I'm going to. It could just be the Prophet as well. Nah, the Brawler sort of sets the theme for the round, saying, good luck trying to play something. And then I have Dips, and then I have Candle and Eavesdrop to help me out. We have Tiger's Eye. And then I have Kurt, right? Things are looking alright. So they're just saying thinning and leaving might be the option here. Do we ever just play Candle and not use it? And then just push in round 2? I like that idea. Because if I set up my engines first in round 2, we get crazy value off Bassi. They can't poison them if they have poison in their cache list, because obviously...
What's that? You found another bow?
It's very tempting for me to go and take a leader charge off this, but I don't think I do. I think I just crank the board. I didn't mean to say leader charge, I meant to say Freak Show. Surely you want to do something about this one, right? Maybe boost it once.
You're safe to be candid under my roof.
Man, I'm gonna have to put back the squirrel now. It's not like they have Horde anyways, you know? I want to play Kurt. Yeah, there we go. That was a really solid first round. Setting the theme. The tone. Moving on to round 2. We just go boom, boom, boom. Man, this is nuts. 1, 2. Yeah. Do we even need... I might just not take... Oh my gosh. And then a short round 3 with Gallo plus... It's all doable. The only thing I'm upset about is not having Sesame. I do have a Shakedown off this. We do have some profit off this. We do get a bounty, which is going to help me. 2 here, some here, free here. We'll go Bassi on the range roll. Realistically, If I were to sequence this the best way possible, she goes range roll, Bassi goes melee roll, more room for cleaver. But I think against this deck, we just take offense always. So, you want to take Philippa on that? That's not bad. Now you're broke. Okay. Let's see. They only have to spend 2 though. That's crazy how it does that. I have to refrain from using this. Let's just do that. Just in case. Man, Philippa, that was crazy. I like Philippa quite a bit. Just haven't played her in a very long time. Now I feel like playing her again. It's crazy how it works. Maybe not in cash. Maybe in something else. I used to play her in cash, but there's so many cards in cash I would like to include now. That was back when they didn't have the second artifact and all types of stuff. Here. We'll just run it up on the range row. I don't think we're gonna overswarm. Might not even play cleaver. Okay, so we set up shop. There was nothing they can do about it. I think we just handle hidden cash 99% of the time. So it's one of those matchups. All right, game number 2. Patricidal Fury. I got a good opener here. Generally speaking, there's something we want to banish, which I'm going to hold on to Squirrel for. I'm not opposed to keeping the guard, but I think I'm going to put him away till I have something that goes wider. And I have double dip plus this. I don't think I need double dip. That's better. At least we have something to go. The problem is I want a brawler when I have Gallo. Because we got to spend in 3s, but we only have spending in 2s. So I need to be able to spend in 1s. I think I'm going to put her back for now. Let's just roll with it, man. I have this to manipulate, we have leader to manipulate, so... It's likely just the case here.
This promises to be very interesting.
I think Gallo is just one of my favorite cards. For Syndicate, 7 provision man. She plays for like 30 points. It's likely just a freak show round. Let's take it. I don't know if they're actual warriors. I've been seeing some Sahel play going around, so I'm spending from leader so I can get the 3 coins back. If I spend from this, I won't. So it actually, in the grand scheme, is a lot more valuable. Okay, so we're looking at warriors, and they want to remove this. So we can spend candle. I think I'm just going to spend for the sake, because it is a better value if we do it this way. I don't want to go too deep on candle, obviously, because we want to be able to, you know, get some carryover for later. Oh, yeah, everything's suggesting that we just go tall. That's tough. Maybe we just don't play in the Gallo right now. We leave it for a second. I have to spend once on candle because it's worth 6 now on a gutting. So that's justified. And I think they could pass here. Here, let's spend the 2 and we'll get the 3, and I'm pretty sure we just don't Tiger's Eye yet. At least, so we got 3 instead of 5. I'm not really upset about losing 2. Now I just gotta figure out how we come out of this. That's all. I got 2 carryover options here. We got Candle, so we can spend a lot. They would have to Champions charge something, but I have Candle to boost around, but they'll probably same turn it. I've got a little bit of recycling going on here. We're missing a lot of gold cards, so maybe Brawler has to go. We take defensive plays. Furco into for the Blood Eagle, for the Reach. It's actually not a bad hand. If I click it here, does it come out on the other side? Not like it matters, it's more just aesthetic. There you go. If you ask me, it kind of looks like this is sitting on this. Here we go. Is homie playing Sove so that we don't push? All I did was take a thinning pair. Now I just feel like I have a free pass. Oh, you're playing Oniro. Okay, this is not your average. We gotta take this seriously. I don't know what's going on. Oh.
Your skull will make a fine tankard.
Should I just dunk on Oniro? It might be my best option, actually. Because they can transform a special being the Oniro, because they're thinning pretty hard, right? And it would be random unit, same provision cost, so they'd be getting a free 12p. Mind you, it's random. And then we go into a long round 3 sale on blue is going to be tough for them. I think that was the play. You probably want to save that boat for round 3 though. That's a good engine. So what do we make off with so far? We played Gallo and Freak Show and Candle. So 2 8s and a 7. And we got Leader, the 10s, a Hill in Progress, a bunch of 5s, a couple 6s. So they're obviously going to be going for the Death Blow with War of Clans to bring back the 8s. They're going to be going for a big Brand Slam. And whatever else they can get done. I think that she eats removal, but it's important that we try. This will go back, and I have a defensive play within the Coerced, which is helpful, but if I pull into it, it's not good. So maybe Furco goes back. Well, not Furco goes back, but Justice goes back. Well, at least we have a third one in the deck. So we're missing, we got 1 here, and we miss Eavesdrop. So there's an argument to go Furco in for Eavesdrop. Depends on the situation, really. That's not my Heat Wave, is it? It might be, because the last card I can't contest regardless. And so they have to be proactive here. That's awesome. So then that gives me a really good removal target with the Morels. I think Furco in for Eavesdrop is probably too late. Well, now we just purify this. That's huge. It's a tough climate for Sove in 2024, man. Nothing I can do about this. You know what I could do is take the tribute here.
I'll show you,
And then we could start rocking, you know? We take the tribute off the 6, we spend 2, we kill the Soph. There's a lot of ifs and ands and nothing sticks. Okay. I'm definitely outpointing them though when it comes down to it. I guarantee you we're doing things, okay? So don't you worry. Sitting at 5. We can manipulate that so easily with the Brawler too. They don't even need Devotion anymore, which is insane because they just have so much value from the other stuff. We'll just take this. There's an argument to go and take the Rain there, if I'm being completely honest, but it is playing more into Bran. I guess there's no better time to do something like this. And then we take, and then obviously we gotta boost it to a reasonable. I think we should be chilling here. I'm pretty sure that they're playing at 5. 6 keeps me going. They still hit this one out of the way. Just want to spend a bit so at least we keep the pocket. And then we get the +4 technically off of that. Brings us to 8. We spawn 2 off this. We spawn 2 off this. We go officially broke twice. And then we get 4 on the counter, 3 on the counter. We manipulate that with the coins here. We get a ton of coins back. We drill the front line. And then we're good. That's sitting at 5. You want that spender, right? So it's a hill plus. I think that sounds good though, right? This is the strat. And we just win and they forfeit right before. I don't know, man. Bran's worth a lot of points. If they have Bran. That's also worth a lot of points.
Look closely, kiddos, on thy courageous mother.
That hurts. I was stuck.
My counter is at 1 and 2. Maybe we lose. It's completely possible. No, what am I saying? I'm so worried about counting and not messing up here. I didn't even realize. Like, obviously we win. It's a hill. Come on now. Next up here we got Nilfgaard Imposter. We have to go first, which is terrible because if I didn't go first, I know I could probably win on even, easy, bleed them out of everything in round 2 and just win the game, but we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe it's a Mimi deck and we have an advantage because of that. Maybe I can bait leader out early with Zora. I don't know, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to keep Squirrel just in case it's important. And I think we're going to go for only offense here. And I like having the option of 2 spenders, but we have Furco into Justice, so I'm going to put back one of them and just make sure we have a bit more profit. That looks amazing. So let's lock it in here. And I don't necessarily want to use her as an opener because they likely can go and... I think it's just that. Let's see what they've got. Proactivity is tough sometimes with a bunch of status cards. I need to trade her for leader, not a lock. What are you milling? Okay. And then it actually makes this not very good here. I don't want to help him, but I think it might just be a one-off, if I'm being honest. So we'll take. A lot of people are just putting 1 in the deck, which is not that insane. And I have a spender that's offensive, so I think I'm just going to go for this play. Try to get some value out of him before he gets removed. 9 goes full bank off of this, then yeah, we're looking good. I'll probably use this if they play the Kingslayers. Just kill them off so they can't replay them, but... Okay, yeah, exactly what I thought. It's not what we thought it was. They just didn't know what to put at 8 provisions, so they're like, huh. Should I work on the counter? I could bring it to 5. And then I'll click so that if they pass, we get the value still. But they won't pass at 8. Some people do in pro, but they won't, I'm sure. There you go. Let's see what other kind of purifies you got, or locks you got. I got 1 purify here. I still like the 4 coin carryover, converts to 2 in round 2. You always lose half going into the next round, so keep that in mind. Well, we took round 1 at what cost, though, right? They milled Candle, we played Justice, and we played Freak Show. I feel like bleeding is something we have to do, not something I want to do. At least until we see Masquerade, because it's starting to look like that's just going to be what it is. I think I open with her to try to get some of that stuff out of the way here. And we get most of the deck out of the way because we took the thin early, so I'm not feeling bad. We'll just keep the hand the way that it is. Is it ever just playing drill? So they're like, oh no. And we still get the profit from it regardless? Let's do it this way. Because then I can play dip for reach off the first engine they play, so they have to crank, or they have to play a lock, which is one of the aristocrats for the scenario. The Dame comes out, does the leader charge. There you go, I got it. You see, man? Been playing for a while. Still nothing worth taking here. For the squirrel, I think I take a dip. It doesn't solve the problem that we still have to go into a long round 3 against them, but the fact that they go first in a long round 3 means heat wave, means, you know, there's a lot we could just do to stop them. And now I'm going into round 3. Full leader, 4 coin as well. I wish I can get more out of the way, but I can't. I'm sure of it. Scenario, Philip, and then we need to deal with a couple more aristos. Emir, Admiral. Once we... Honestly, if I can deal with Philip... If I can deal with Philip for a brawler would be amazing. And then if I can get a heat wave on scenario, I'm pretty happy. I have one tall punish if a dame sticks. Okay, we don't brick bouncers, which is nice. Bassie's going to be amazing here, but they might have Vincent. And then I got Vivaldi to go into 4. But the thing is, as well, I would like to not go too tall. Argument to put the squirrel back, but Oxen wasn't really giving us value here to begin with, so... Like, if anything, he's playing for 3 points because I don't want to click.
A superb specimen, truly.
And what's our carryover at on Sesame? It's 5. And then Brawler goes down, kills the 4? No. We need 8 points of reach.
That's a nice ring.
Can I get 8 points? I have to use 4 leaders. I think it's worth it. To kill that, certainly worth it. If I won the 50-50, I wouldn't have spent, but we bring our counters up to 3 now, which is beautiful. Oh. GG Brawler. I should just rub it in their face. Here, play her. Or do we go Bassie and see if they have the Vincent? No, let's play her, play Bassie, and then we'll go in with the spawning off of the cleaver to get our spending. Because it'll be 8, 8, 8, you know what I mean? We also get the 3 here, so it goes down to 5 right away. I like how she makes people panic. So now they're going to pivot and try to do something about her. I could see them just reaching for another lock instead of getting their own engine. Copy all status, you see? I mean, that's annoying, but it's not game over. That was a fumble. I fumbled the bag right there. Gotta put him beside him so you get the extra intimidate point off the cleaver. To my defense, it doesn't matter. What's nice is that we get to sit on a lot of points towards the end of the round, and they're sort of peaking. You know what I mean?
I am your sovereign, your emperor.
I think I'm gonna try to get this started so I can go in for Gallo as soon as possible. Nice, we overprofit just a little bit. Could have spent there, but I want to get that for free. And then... What's my counter? It should be at 2? Okay. Next turn. We're almost at 4. Hey, I got some tall targets that are actually important now. Nice. I wish you could damage a unit. Let's take our Gallo.
No room for friendship in this.
And then that helps me get that. And then we take the free money. They're going to be able to coup. I can answer something here, which is nice.
House here tomorrow.
How much more till we get the money back? 1. Good. I need that for the Morales tribute ASAP. The fact that they gave me this is really not good. Then we can just, you know. They're going to be damaged 9. Damage 9 is not ideal. But this is still not worth more than this. We're not going to get what we want to get. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull off the Morales here with, like, the resources, you know? It apparently doesn't matter. We're sitting on about a 20-point lead. They have 9 points of removal reach, plus 4 here. But if I take him for deploy, we still net 4. They lose value on that. And then I take this for 10, and then we take this for 4. So they get 4 points off that, 9 points off that. It doesn't close the gap. I pull out enough. I don't think they could have won regardless. I think we did all right. Gallo was really carrying there. Next up here we have another Nilfgaard Imposter. This time around they get to go first, which is beautiful for me. I need Morils so I can deal with whatever they boost. I want to keep Open Sesame for that reason. However, I've got Reach here, so it's not all bad. I'm going to get rid of my boost. Let's keep both of these and make it count. And I think we put back the guard. We got a heat wave as well. Maybe we just take the heat wave so we don't have to spend all our money. But then again, they could have scenarios, so we'll chill. Yeah, this card is nuts. 6 coins and then 4 coins and...
Yes.
Depends. If they play something tall beside it, then it might warrant a heat wave. I have to see. Because I don't see how else I get 12 points. Let's say if they play a Dame beside it. That's a lot of reach we need. And if I can win on even here, then I can just bleed out the scenario anyways for free. So... comes down to the next move. Wow.
The North shall tuck tail and beg
Wow.
for mercy.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
It's insane. I don't even know really if I want to play into it. I mean, I have to, but do we need to really commit anything is the question, you know? We're going to go 9. We're going to go 8 here. And then I'm going to play so then I just get the maximum profit off of the dip. And then I think we just pass off the dip. Because then all I got to worry about at that point is Philip, Scenario, Admiral, and Leader. We've actually eliminated a few threats here right away. And that's assuming they don't play any more in round 1. And there's another lock that's out of the way. You know? The only thing I got to worry about at this point is if they tempo pass on me. Which I could see being a thing. But I still have reach with Justice. So we'll go and we'll just take what seems to make sense. And we'll see how they respond to that. I don't think you're going to pass at 7. With that commitment, you're probably trying to a minimum play to 6. There you go. Take your thinning, and then they would be relying on whenever we play something, it gets spying and the Dame going up. That's kind of what would keep them going and what would want them to pass, but think we're just doing all right. I like the pack inclusion here. I think that that's really cool. Not enough people play them. It's like, are they 5s now? They're 4s, so it's a reason to want to play them. Plus they're dogs, which is sick. This can go, not trying to go high. They haven't played coup, but they might. It's a decent throw. I just don't know if they're going to let us throw or if they're going to try to go for the 2-0. But I have Eavesdrop to fix things. I'm going to put back Justice because I think that we need same turn proc. I have carryover for Candle and we have Squirrel just to throw if I need to throw. Or we just do... Yeah, it's probably just that. I could even maybe do Eavesdrop in there too. Okay. Jeez, bro. I'm not that afraid of this card. I'm about to hurt some feelings, peep. I play this, into this, into this, into this. Holy. Keep going, please. That's what I thought. Now we just have to worry about Leader and Philip. I'm not really as concerned about the Admiral. I have Eavesdrop, so I'm not worried about breaking the bouncers. I think we don't go tall in this one. And I'm missing 3 golds, 4 golds. So I'm putting Squirrel away. Okay, we're missing 3 golds. I have Eavesdrop, which is nice, and I have the Bouncer Thin. We take Bouncer Thin, we play for the Eavesdrop, and we should be alright. Now we have to decide what we're going to bait out with Leader. I honestly think we bait Zora again, because we benefit the most from having things like Gallo pop off for long term. So they played 1 lock here, so they might have a second one. So maybe I just open up with something that's casual. Usurper. Alright. They might have Vincent for this. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna play her and just we need to bait it out ASAP so I could play Gallo and start getting value.
Gentlemen, to work.
Unbelievable. They locked it, and then they locked it again. And I don't think they're going to be able to use it, which is insane. But we ball. So, moving on to the next trick. I think I just let it go, and just we remove it later, and we focus on getting ready for Philip. I need to have tunnel drilled down. I'm annoyed. Okay. I got a purifier, don't I? Do they have a second one of these? Likely. My Sesame's at 4. I gotta get this damage on the board so we have something to respond with. So, Ardal, or Admiral, Usurper, Scenario, Ardfane, Emir. They could have room for Vincent still.
These I invade. These I sign a treaty with.
I'm just gonna kill this, and then we'll tall punish probably Usurper. What's my counter at? 2? It's on cooldown though, so I can't really do anything.
Please, no blows. My apologies, I only served it.
Remember, this will be our little secret.
Okay, so we low roll that piece. 3, 6. I gotta start looking at spending down. I play into coup, but I can't go too tall for anything else, unfortunately. It's gotta be just so we can get that back. And then our counter's at 1, so next turn we pull it off. I gotta take dip on the 1. I don't see them having another way to make money, though. You know what I mean? I think they're just doing that to get rid of my spending ability. And we're going to leave this for now, and then I think we're going to hammer down...
Down with tyranny. Yes, that's the right shot.
probably this here, and go as wide as possible.
Next time it'll be personal.
We get the 4 right back, and then we can start looking at profiting here. I'm gonna have to wait. Let's wait, because I gotta spend a lot.
I shall flog them into submission.
At least I have Candle. That's the important part here. They might have Vanamar. Am I thinking Vanamar? Kill a locked? I might have the name wrong. It's been a while since I played him. So 4, I need to take... I'm gonna lose a coin if I do it this way. I think it's worth it still. And then we take this. I got 13 points of removal.
Feeling a bit peckish.
They should have poisoned out the 5 that's already poisoned.
Caleb Mengo will crush you and all your pride.
Okay, lock it in. This is perfect. We get that. And we just have to pray. I think we did everything we could do here, though. Just because of the mist poison. It's hard to say if it's... Okay.
He's up to something.
They would have actually won had they poisoned correctly. Alright, we got shield wall coming up here. Shields could be annoying, but we could take away a lot of value from being able to brawler them down, so feeling decent. The second I see Blaviken come out, we're thinking Golden Necker, so be on your toes. I don't know if it's a double, so I'm going to hold Squirrel maybe for now. And if I have doubts throughout the round, maybe we just shuffle back. I have the thinning off this, which is amazing. I have one spender, which keeps things going. This is a great opener. I have a tall punish to lead me in the round. I don't know if I need Kurt, but if it is Golden Necker, we could purify Siri. So let's keep it. And yeah, it's looking like Golden Necker.
You might find always.
And they boost Dandelion too.
The gentleman in the corner. Would he be a suitor to my lady?
Yeah, should I just full leader jam it? No, we'll play Gallo, use 3 leader charges. I'm not trying to use
Really need my help.
all 6. And the problem is here is that they might go and take unicorns, which would totally suck, but not all of them have the unicorns, right? Because you could get away with just thinning off of these. Okay. Man, there's so many things I just want to remove, but I know that this is a good place to start. It's a great place to start. Stranger at 2 points per turn. They must not be leaning into the Witcher stuff if they're doing it like this, you know? Is there anything that's worth? Nope, no squirrel yet. Here. I don't need a pocket, do I? No.
Tales. Novigrad's built with tales.
There's no chance that you pass on this. I think, given the commitments being 4 gold cards, you want to play. So they're doing shield stuff, but they're not doing Witcher stuff, I don't think, because they have the musicians, but they might be playing Keldar just for the value. Is there a way I can actually just uninspire her, which is amazing. And then we can just play, spend all 6. And we don't have to worry about a Curse of Corruption because they're, you know, playing into it. Lock and reset. That is annoying. The amount of value we got off her, though. $33.21 +2 +2. I think we're going to go a bit deeper here, guys. I'm going to keep the 2 coin. See what we can come up with. That would be a decent pass for them, but we still get it in 1 turn, and they use 2 leader charges as well. I'm going to pass, just because I don't have anything set up for Justice, so I can't use that to my advantage. Now, we got a lot of commitment in round 1, so what tells me is coming up next is them saying, okay, I got to make my trades. So they're probably going to play Golden Necker and try to get that whole thing series short round 3 and see where it goes. Now, we have to be prepared for that. Let's put Squirrel back for this reason, and I'm going to put, obviously, one of these back so we don't brick it. Start off with maybe Candle or Tunnel. Okay.
No faces, no hearts.
We need to spend 8. I don't have 8 reach, but I can start here so that we can at least try to remove the Sork when they play, because they probably have a second one. And they played a Boiling already, and usually I'm running single Boiling. I don't know if people have room for 2. You've got a lock, okay. And unfortunately, I can't spend that. So I need 8 coins. Now we can ball. So we'll play her, and we'll start ripping the board apart. What's nice is that we actually hit something that's important, so this gets no more value unless
Look now, my lady.
they do that, I guess. But
I'll keelhole you by your nutsack.
I can't count. Ah, that is annoying. If I had a single-digit spender, like, that I can target with, we would have been chilling, but... I hope they don't make me regret not purifying.
Can't see it getting any better than this.
That's a lot of points, too.
What's going on about this mark, fella?
Remember, this will be our little secret.
I think I'm putting this back playing Bassi. I have 5 removal unless they play Kaldar. They're in such a really good spot to pass.
No, oh no, no, no.
I think that they should.
Sacrifice it.
So we'll take the 5. We'll take this. This one dies. The only way I'm actually going to potentially win this, though, is if we go all in. You know? So that's going to be... Unfortunately, I have to spend this. And we get the 6.
Get out, you balding-faced baby.
It's 50-50 on the click. And then we don't get the destroy because I have no coins. So I can purify, but we can't even get it. Sometimes you're just getting beat. Next up here we have Skellige. It's going to be Onslaught. Pirates, likely. At no 4s. I don't like this card. I don't know why everybody loves this card. I think 4 provision cards are good. So to not want to play them is crazy to me. They're playmakers. Playmakers and techs. I think they're some of the best cards. I gotta play defensively. Obviously they're going to be trying to kill everything that we play. So this combo makes sense. And then a little bit of offense never hurt anybody. And we could fix things up if it gets bad. They might be playing Supremacy, so we can keep Squirrel. I think the hand is fine. Realistically, we float Gallo, we need leader expenditure, plus maybe a gutting. And then if we can make it past that first turn, I'm going to be playing this on the range roll, and we're going to be boosting. That's not bad.
Deals, deals. Novigrad's built.
And let's see what kind of tall punish she got from me. They're read like a book with the supremacy call in this one. But we don't necessarily have to, you know? We could just take this. And then do it next turn. And then just leave that as our round commitments and play the rest bronze. I think we're doing okay. Because they might actually play a lot of negative points. I have a lot of crime cards. They should have some armor at this point, though. 5 goes to 6. 6 kills this for free. We spend the rest on beefing up the squad a little bit. Maybe we just play one more offensive and just take one boost here. They play Scorch. This is why dips in the Pontar are so good. It's a perfect example for you guys. We just take one to keep things going, because I don't think they have Scorch. There you go. It's still sitting at 9, but they played both of the boats I hate playing against the most, and I have room to take a squirrel and a casino bouncer. I think I put my dip back for now. How many cards am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold cards. The whole deck is gold from this point out, which is amazing. We need to take the thin. I think we actually just dump a sesame because we're missing too much. Now it's looking promising. So we'll get rid of, again, priorities. I don't know if I can even afford to take the thin. They have so much reach with this leader, it's not even funny. They're always something good. Nope. This is unfortunate. I feel like that's costly. You're taking compass. Hopefully it's for you're throwing away trash. Or good cards, rather. And getting into trash. It's funny because that would have been my squirrel, but we just didn't have time. So, well played. And then they get rewarded for it too. No golds. 5-3 compass is valid. They could play Camby, they could play Scenario off that, they could play Fukusha off that. There's quite a few options. Wait, compass goes back in deck. So they have 3. So they need 1 actual discard. So they might take Bjorn. I have... Realistically, Justice is going to be tough. We got to put back Guard, I think. Justice plays for 1, but we need to get maybe Bassi first so that we can actually do it properly. So we'll fish for Bassi. I'm just counting boats here. That's the third one. I can't do anything about it. I can take the armor off it. I can't even... We're sitting at 4 on that. Is there ever just a reason to eavesdrop here first? Nice. Furco would play for Sesame. And then we'd get this after. Yeah, that's valid. I want to see more of what they have, and I want to make it a little awkward for them to play, so...
Dare start with me? Fireborn of the sea?
I have to decide if that's worth a heat wave or not. It could be. It could also be Marill's. Marill's could also be Boat. I just don't want them to bring it back if I kill it. Because if they Fukusha for the crack, it's a wasted Marill's. Now that's not a bad option for Marill's. Except then we have to give them a long round with that Boat. Six points of reach. Honestly, I don't think they're going to get full value from this, but they will from this.
The eternal fire casts a rotten shadow.
Kill the sons, steal the lasses!
We gotta save the money. Consideration to take Bouncer with Insanity. There's not really any reason not to.
Good luck. Not too much, eh?
This is painful. Just continuously giving them low value targets while somehow trying to pull a win out is unbelievable. Okay, Yastiana out of the way. No, I guess they're gonna use the order. Not even. At least again, low value targets, right? It's got to be Furco into do a little Sesame here. It's unfortunate that they're probably going to kill Furco with the Raider if they've been playing against Syndicate a lot. Otherwise, they're not touching him. So they get the compass properly, and then it's going to go Fukusha into a boat, probably. I can't see there being any other option. A Raider would be probably better, though. Really? Alright, pick your battle. What's worse? 2 turns of Cataclysm or 4 turns of Rain? This is worth 6, this is worth 8. I think I'm supposed to buy time with her. They're gonna kill her. It's gonna be a small kill. They're sitting on 10 points of removal on him. 1, 2, and 3. This is profit 2. This is profit 2, but this is profit 4. So we have to go in with as much as possible here. So this will work. So this will work. So that's your answer.
I'm a dwarf for business. You're lucky to keep your feet. And stairs.
And then I just missed, don't I? By 2. So at least we get 3 things on the board. That's the best I got. It gets removed off of the... Probably just the Raider plus 1 leader. They're still sitting on 10 of removal. Really, of all things? I guess you're running out of targets. Oh, they want the discard. I didn't think it was that important, did you? Ah, then it was. We're actually saved by the clock there, man. By the clock or by the... I'm not gonna say it. But, COC. And then, yeah, 11 of removal. 11 of removal is better for us to just play one of these. And highest power, at least we could chew through some things. We have 1 on the counter. And then I have 4 on the counter. 3. 2. And we can leave it now. And that should be both of the sesames. Beautiful. And now... I don't want to keep just discarding stuff. What are you throwing away now? Vabjorn? What's my best spender? Candle? I'm just going to remove that in case they have something cool. So they got 12 points of removal reach. They go for the 5 here. They take this randomly on the 3 and they play probably a Bran. And I have to somehow figure out how to play 20 points in 1 turn. No shot we win this game if we pull properly. I think I threw. Oh no. Bassi was just immediately a win. Okay, we win. I was going to say Bassi every time in that situation. Don't do what I did right there.